We're Indian, we're just looking for a good deal. Same price, newer, we'll stay. The thing is, white people, you can loosen up. You know why? Because white people think when people of color get together, we're making fun of you. We are not. We're making fun of each other without your guilt. I'm quite liberal on immigration. I'm here. But it's not like I don't get the conservative argument. I totally get it. People jumping the border, getting all the same rights as Americans. I don't know if I'm down with that either. I understand that. It'd be like, sir, if I broke into your house. If I broke into your house, I'm like, I know I should not have done that. But now that I'm here, can I have my own room? I get the argument. It's just, I don't know that I agree with it because we're Americans and we can be dicks about immigration. On the border, we put a state called New Mexico. The dick move. Especially when this is old Mexico. We're taunting Mexicans to come over here. When the British divided India in parts, if they would have called Pakistan New India, my dad's side of the family might have stayed over there. Because we're Indian, we're just looking for a good deal. Same price, newer, we'll stay. I actually did not think I would become a full-time stand-up comedian. I went to school to be a doctor, because obviously. After I graduated, I went to go work at P&G. Procter & Gamble, P&G, the Peach, as I love to call it, the Peach. I worked there. The reason I use some slang is because a lot of people of color who worked at the Peach. I'm a brown guy. My manager was black. Well, he probably still is. I just haven't seen him in a while. That'd be weird. Calvin, what happened? I got promoted. The thing is, white people, you can loosen up. You know why? Because white people think when people of color get together, we're making fun of you. We are not. We're making fun of each other without your guilt. All right? That's what's going on. Because Calvin and I would bust on each other all the time. He was my boss. I remember one afternoon, I walked up to him. I'm like, hey, Calvin, are you free? He goes, since 1863, dog. It's a good joke. Take that to Hollywood, son. The thing is, brown people and black people were mixing a lot back then. Deepak Chopra became the most famous South Asian in America by appearing on a show hosted by Oprah Winfrey. They were a great duo. I wish they would have gotten married. She could have been Oprah Chopra. Calvin belonged to the, as it was called at the time, the African American Affinity Group at the Peach. And I belonged to the Asian one. And I almost didn't join it because they were rushing me to join the Asian Affinity Group at Procter & Gamble. And I said, well, I don't really know about that because y'all are mostly East Asian. I'm South Asian. But they're like, all right, well then don't join the group. That's your loss because the company is paying for us to take a 4-day, 3-night, all expenses paid trip to San Francisco. I'm like, I'm Asian. We're all the same, right? We say namaste, you say ni hao. We can combine them, namastao. I can head nod and bow at the same time. I'm in, let's go. All right, I told my white friend, I go, look, we're doing all this stuff. He goes, I don't think that's fair, though. I don't think that's fair. How come you guys get these, all expenses paid trips to go to the coast and all this stuff? You get to meet the CEO. You get put all the Latinos in the room at the same time, all the blacks in the room at the same time, all the browns in the room at the same time. He's going on and on. He goes, I can't put a bunch of white people in the same room at the same time. I go, yeah, you can. It's called a board meeting. Chill out, white people. It's still your country, all right? Chill out. It's okay. Things were going well for me at the Peach for 6 years, and then I turned 30, and I flipped out. I realized I had spent my entire life in Ohio. I took it really, really hard, and the people said to me then, and they still say to me now, age is just a number. All right, fine, then your weight is just a number. Your height is just a number. Your credit score is just a number. Your cholesterol is a number. Your blood pressure, those are just numbers, right? But numbers have value, which implies they have meaning. They mean something. Like, doesn't it already feel like this year has moved so fast? It's shorter than any year so far, right? Well, there's some math to that. I'm going to break it down. All right? My son, I have a son, by the way. My son is turning 2 years old. I know. He's turning 2 years old, so this next year of his life is 50% of it, right? 1/2, 50% of his life. It's going to feel really long to him. This next year, I'm almost 50. I know, black don't crack, brown don't frown. That's what I'm saying. So this next year is 2% of my life. So to me, it's going to feel really short. To him, it's going to feel really long. And the only reason I tell you that is to depress the hell out of everyone in the room. No, I say it because I want people to stop saying age is just a number. It's crap. In fact, toilet paper is a very good analogy, in fact, because when you sit down and check to see how much toilet paper is left, hopefully in the reverse order, you check, and then you sit down. When you think half of the roll is left, there's actually less than half left because of the way that circumference works. Think about it, right? There's more on the outside than there is on the inside, like people in LA. So my analogy is that life is like toilet paper. The less that's left, the faster it goes. I'm not sure when this turned into a TED Talk. But that's okay. I turned 30, I flipped out, and I moved to California, moved to Los Angeles, specifically to be a full-time comedian and an actor. I am an actor. Although you haven't, yeah, sure, no, thank you. You haven't seen me in anything, so I'm like an auditioner. Actually booked a very weird role recently. On Netflix, there's a show called Indian Matchmaking. Some of you will know this show, and not only the brown people, a lot of people know this show, they're watching it. They now have Jewish matchmaking, they're expanding it into a franchise. And if you don't know the show, or even if you do, it's about Indian matchmaking. It's a very coy title. So I actually do the audio description for the show. Some of you will not know what that is. I will explain. If you go in Netflix into settings and turn on audio description, I know it's hard to say, Mom, I made it, when you have to tell them to go into the settings. But it's for the seeing impaired. It helps them hear what's going on. You narrate the show. It's really kind of a crazy thing. It's kind of cool to be able to do this. I don't know. It's the role that I was able to book. But that show cracks me up. Indian matchmaking cracks me up. If you've seen it, or even if you haven't, the star of the show is someone named Seema Auntie. And what her job is to connect South Asians together romantically, and she is right about 0% of the time. That's a strange premise for a show. It'd be like turning on SportsCenter. Here's all the shots Steph Curry missed last night. I don't want to see that. I want to see my boy traded from 10 feet behind the three-point line. It's crazy. But she'll say that stuff. She'll criticize, especially the women. She's a little sexist. Seema Auntie. She will say to the women, "Mia beti, you have too many criterias." She takes this word criteria and she makes it even more plural. To show you how single you are. It's true that she'll say to them, she'll go, "You know, you get 60, 70% of what you're looking for, it's okay." Really, Auntie? When's the last time I could bring home a 60, 70% on a math test?